career in your business, not as a job. It's no longer a job anymore, unless you can treat it like
or a hustle, right?
right. It's not a side muscle. It's
Networking events. It's not lunches and coffees and high heels and fancy cars. It's really not. It's not that glamorous. The reality of it is that it's late nights, it's early mornings, it's practicing, learning, getting better every single day. And I think that the commitment to be better is what helped us grow. And just having plans, writing a business plan every year.
I said this to a new guy I met down at the conference, Sterling, and he just got into coaching. I said, I think what's a great thing for you. I said, just interview a couple coaches, see who's going to be your best friend, and dive in. The year that Rebecca and I joined the team together was the first year that we did a business plan. Part of that business plan was doing video too, and this is not to say that we're the pioneers of it, but no one was doing video then. And we actually set a plan of how we were going to do videos for 9 months. And it wasn't doing 2 videos a day or 1 video a day, because that
wasn't the thing.
But it took 7 months to get the traction on it. But it was the consistency of it. People started seeing it and thinking they were doing so much business. As we were doing business, we just weren't doing as much as we wanted to. But the business plan that we set out is we pretty much had numbers of where we were getting all of our business. And that year we said we wanted to close 49 units. And to the end of that calendar year, we closed 47. Those other 2 closed the first week in January. That's how sickening that plan came together.
You were focused, and you manifested it. You made it happen. You willed it in, but it started with the plan.
Yes, it started with the plan, and I can't tell people often enough, you need to have a plan. And most of the time, they ignore me.
Well, if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail, pretty much. You're setting yourself up for a failure.
Mm-hmm. But I think that with enough times, like you, it took you 6 years to write a business plan, to sit down and write a business plan.
Yeah.
And then the 6th year you did it and it worked, right?
Amazing.
Right. If everybody just writes the business plan on year 1 or maybe year 2, but it's the plan. You have to have something to focus on. If you don't know where you're going, you're never going to get there.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people, when you talk to them, they'll say, well, yeah, I have a plan. I know what I want to do. I know what I'm supposed to do. I've got it all up here. It's not the same as writing it down, putting it on paper, looking at, reviewing your plan.
Right. It's not, and it's not just a goal. It's not just, I'm going to do this. It's like, well, you have to map out really how you're going to get there. And it is hard and it's challenging, but it's that commitment to the plan. If you commit to the plan will work and follow through. So I think people just have to see that, and when they see it come out in enough times, then they catch on.
Cool. So what's next for you guys? I mean, you're doing a lot of transactions. You're serving a lot of families. You're building a team. But what do you guys see yourself? Where do you guys see yourselves in the next 3 to 5 years, with respect to the team, with respect to the family, the lacrosse? Where do you guys see yourselves?
I think that we're going to hit our stride soon, where we really start to see the results of all the hard work that we've done over the last 2 years, and kind of get to that next level where we've got a team that really is where everyone on our team is thriving at that point. What do you think?
I think that's exactly where we're headed. I think that we just need to make some changes. It's an evolving thing. Like every single day you're trying to better yourself. And that's the one thing that I think that stops us from going here, where we'll get there. We just got to work on it a little bit, step by step. And, being here this weekend at the conference and stuff, you could take in so much, but you got to implement it.
Right. What are you going to do? Otherwise, it does just stay up here. And we're like, oh, yeah. Then we'll be at the next conference. I remember that.
I remember that.
So Yeah, you gotta.
It's all about execution.
Yeah, yeah, and not overwhelming. I mean, we want to sometimes to do as much as we can. We want to do it all.
Mm-hmm.
We want to. Oh, I'm going to do that. Oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And the reality is that we can't. We're one person in one body with 168 hours a week, and pick your top, the one thing that's going to have the most impact, and then get that on track, or delegate some things. I think we oftentimes don't do that as much as we could, and that helps too.
Right. Like you said, you have those 168 hours in a week, and you have to be the CEO of those 168 hours. It doesn't matter if you're a first-year agent or a 20-year agent. You have to manage all of those hours, and you have to put those really important activities right where they belong, and you have to delegate those other activities that you don't have time for. And you have to make time for your personal life and your family life and your health. And if you approach your real estate career like you are the CEO of your real estate career, then you're going to be a much happier person all around, and you're going to have that nice balance, which is really why you went into real estate, right? We want financial freedom. We want to make good money. We want to spend time with our families. We want to be successful, but we want to enjoy our success, and you're not going to enjoy it if you don't act like the CEO.
And create those disciplines. So we've heard, it sounds like a lot of hard work involved. Would you have it any other way though?
No.
I mean, if you could rewind the clock 6 years or 12 years, you could have just stayed as a teacher. You could have stayed as a bartender. Would you trade all of this hard work you put in? And you've had success, but you still have goals and plans and other new thresholds that you want to reach. Was it worth it? Is it worth it? Because some people will say 100%. Okay.
We would not have the life that we have today if either one of us stayed in those directions.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I wouldn't feel fulfilled. I also don't know what else I would actually do. I feel like I'm still growing up, and I don't know what I want to do when I get full. I grow up,
Right.
And I went through so many years of doing it. I didn't just bartend. That was the thing that stuck out the most. I did a shit ton of stuff. I just never could figure out what I wanted to do. And it was that simple phone call that kind of like sparked something, and I just jumped in head first. And I'm like, let me figure this out. I'm gonna swim through this. Like I'm gonna get it done. But yeah, I can't imagine doing anything else, because I think real estate is a starting point to so many other things that you can do. You don't have to just sell and sell real estate to other people. You can go buy it yourself. We'll do long-term wealth, generational wealth. There's so many avenues. You could become an investor. There's real estate could be the starting point of another business that you might start. There's so many avenues that could get you so many other places.
Yeah, and the people you meet, the people you meet,
we're recently engaged.
Congratulations.
A couple months ago, her birthday.
Yeah.
And I would have never met her if she never came to my office 6 years ago. It started off as a business relationship and evolved to something else. So
good stuff.
We have a lot of interesting things that could be making it harder, but I think we balance it out. We're completely two different people. And people talk about work-life balance. I don't know if there's really is ever a balance, to be honest with you.
It's life.
Yeah.
Like if you love your work is part of your life. And it's not two separate things. It's this thing, and it commingles. It's like a love knot, right? There's no beginning and there's no end, because when you enjoy your work, you don't look at it as an intrusion on the rest of your life. You look at, how do I fit in this appointment? How do I fit in this activity? How do I fit in time with my spouse? How do I fit in my kids' game? It's part of that circle, right? It all goes in that. And it's not a balance. It is just living. That's it.